Hello everybody and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about what you can do if you want to go to therapy but you cannot afford it. So I'm going to be going over some free as well as some minimal or low cost options if you cannot afford the whopping cost of therapy, because it is still so important that you take care of your mental health. So number one, I want to say that deciding to go to therapy is a huge step and one that you should be incredibly proud of. And unfortunately, therapy is very expensive, but it's expensive for a reason. You do want to get your advice from licensed and registered mental health professionals, and this comes at a fee because they had to go to school for a really long time. The average cost of a session, at least in Ontario, is around $150 for an hour. Most people require anywhere from 3 to 10 sessions before they stop going to therapy. And so if you calculate that cost, it could be as high as over $1,500 just to take care of your mental health. I understand is a lot of money. However, it is an investment in yourself, so if you decide to go see a psychotherapist or a psychologist, then you should not be upset with yourself for spending that amount of money, because an investment in yourself is the best investment you can make. And if you do like this video, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. It definitely helps me along the way, so thank you, thank you, thank you. And with that, I think we can get started into the video. Okay, so I do have 4 resources here that I'm hoping are a little bit less known. So to begin, if you are in Ontario, and I believe most, if not all of Canada, this should apply to you. Treatment by a general practitioner, your family doctor, for example, or a psychiatrist in Ontario is covered by OHIP. And so what this means is that you will not pay for anything when you go see either a GP who has specialized in psychotherapy or a psychiatrist who obviously does this day to day. However, it does often take a long time to get an appointment. As of 2018, the wait time was around 2 months to see a psychiatrist in Ontario. I could not find the stats for as of right now, so that's the best that I can give you today. 2 months is obviously not ideal if you are in need of help right now. If that is the case, I definitely urge you to reach out to some mental health resources that can speak to you in the moment. However, if you're able to wait a while, it's a good thing to just try make an appointment, and then 2 months will probably roll around pretty quickly, and then you can get started into seeing a psychiatrist or a GP for free. The second tip I have for you, not a lot of people know, and this is that some therapists have sliding scales. Psychotherapists, psychologists, and social workers may have a sliding scale, which just means that they may be willing to adjust their hourly fee for some individuals. And now, not all therapists do this, but it's always okay to ask. And now I do want to say this. You should only ask for a sliding scale if you really cannot afford the full $150 or whatever they charge. This is because therapists don't make as much as you think they do, and their livelihood does come from whatever their clients pay you. And therapists, by their very nature, care about people. And so they're most likely willing to accommodate you. However, you don't want to take advantage of them. I did stumble across a website while doing the research for this video called Open Path Psychotherapy Collective, and it is a site that allows you to find mental health professionals in your area that do have or offer sliding fees. To the best of my knowledge, this is available to all of the US and all of Canada, and I will be putting the link to that website below. Next, you may have access to some free or low-cost mental health clinics in your area. They're usually staffed by psychotherapists and psychologists, as well as they do use the help of students, specifically student psychologists, student psychotherapists, student counselors, and student social workers, who are all under the advisement and supervision of people that have a lot of experience and are licensed. If you are a university or college student, you probably have one of these clinics at your school that is completely free for you to use. Now, these clinics can also be used by any dependents of the student, so whether or not the student has children or any other people that are dependent on them, they are also able to use these services. Family members of that student, if obviously accompanied by the student to the clinic, should also be allowed to use these services. Secondly, your family doctor or nurse practitioner should also have additional information that's specific to you in your area as to what mental health clinics are available to you. Following this, they might also refer you to a psychiatrist or GP, which just helps you get on that waiting list sooner so that you can get help when you need it. I will also be including a link down below to some free Ontario resources if you are an Ontario citizen. Finally, I do want to talk about some therapy apps because a lot of people are finding that apps are the best way to get their mental health help during the pandemic because they're at home. It's super easy because it's on your phone. One that I see ads for everywhere is BetterHelp. So I decided to do some research into the app. Essentially, what they have people do is complete a mental health questionnaire. And what this does is it helps the website match you with the best psychotherapist available to them. And then you can talk to that psychotherapist either online or via text message. BetterHelp is not free. It does charge between $35 to $80 a week for their services. Again, I'm going to be linking a website below if you are looking for more information. Secondly, there's something called 7 Cups, and it's actually an app that I myself am on as a listener. Now, there is some interesting things to note with 7 Cups. You have 2 options. You can either do a free or a paid option. With the free option, you're going to be talking to trained listeners like myself who are not mental health professionals, but have been trained on how to listen effectively. Now, listeners cannot give advice because they are not mental health professionals. They're just there to listen to you if you need someone to talk to. Secondly, you can pay to have online therapy with registered mental health professionals. To speak to a licensed mental health professional using 7 Cups, you do need to spend $150 a month for the services. And depending on how many times you're going to actually use this service, it is a better price than going to a therapist in person. And again, it is linked below. Okay, so that actually wraps up my video on what you can do if you want to go to therapy, but you can't afford it. I hope that you learned something from this video. There are lots of things that I myself didn't know until I really started doing the research. So I'm thinking that that might be the case for you as well. And now all of the resources that I have mentioned during the video will be linked below, as well as some additional mental health resources, including crisis hotlines, which are to be used if you are in need of speaking to someone immediately because you are in a mental health crisis. It's very important that you take care of your mental health. So watching this video is the first step to doing that. So congratulations in the beginning of your investment in yourself. Thank you for watching this video. Please stay safe and stay happy, and I hope to see you again on Monday.